Hello, this is Cenk Eroğlu from X-Winger and X-Carnation. I'm a producer and a guitar player for such a long time, and I was looking for a special tremolo system for a long time for my needs. And finally I found what I was looking for, and this is Hantug brand. And it's the best tremolo I ever seen for such a long time. Well, as you know, with all the floor draw systems, that there are a lot of problems with the design, and it doesn't matter which brand you find, but there's always a problem with the system. So my problem was mostly about the knife edges, because they just wear very quickly. And right after I got my guitar from Sur Guitars, normally they're using Goto tremolos on it. They're wonderful, balanced and good tremolo systems, but the problem is actually the knife edges are wearing out very quickly right after 6 months. It's not easy to get the guitar in tune. So I started to look for a spare part from eBay or some other places, and it was not easy to find the right thing. And because there are several different models, and with the Sur guitar they just use not a regular setup of a Goto system, but even the locking systems were kind of a different thing. So for like 1 month that I tried to find this exact same tremolo system, and I was not really happy with it even before I was buying a new one. So I was not even sure before I was buying this new spare part, because I knew that it was going to be wearing out again right after 6 months, and it's not a cheap thing to buy. So it was a big shock for me, because I was just around Facebook, around my friends' pages and everything, and suddenly I saw this beautiful design, and it was saying titanium. And well, as you know, titanium is not that easy to find around, even in the world. There are like 2 or 3 brands, and they're extremely expensive, extremely durable, by the way. And I was always, willing to buy one day, and I couldn't even try one before. And I saw this beautiful photograph from this person. His name is Ertuğrul, and he's from Ankara, from my own country. And I was shocked, because I was not expecting something like this just very close to my place, and I just right away I called him, and it was a beautiful conversation, because not only his products are just way professional than the others, but his personality is awesome too. So we just started to hang out together, and we started to talk together, and it was right away a partnership. And I was so honored to be a part of this design, and we start to work together to make it a little bit more perfect on the way until the final product. Well, after the final product, he sent me the first one right after that telephone conversation, and I was not very. It's not easy for me to just take out the original tremolo system from my. I have a connection with this guitar. I have two of these from my friend Red Beach, and you know, I didn't hesitate to change it because I was so, you know, I knew that it was going to fit exactly what I was expecting from it, and I just put it right there. And the first thing I recognized was the tone of the guitar, because this material, it's ballsy, but at the same time it makes the guitar's acoustic sound, I'm talking about this sound, without it made it more loud without killing the low end. So it was the first thing I recognized from this design. The second thing was it's not easy to keep the knife edges. That's the first reason that all the guitar players around the world, they have to change their tremolo systems because of three things. The first thing is the knife edges, because they're wearing out, and when the knife, if there is a little dent on the knife edge, so the guitar is not going to keep in tune, because when you make this thing like downwards like that, it goes right back to the 0 point, right? So when you take this like that, and so it goes this direction, so it has to go back to the 0 point. And the problem with the dent is, if there's a dent on the knife edge, this never goes back to the 0 position. So with this Hantug tremolo systems, the 0 thing was back with me, and it's been like 1 year now. It's still perfectly on 0, just because his design. And by the way, I had to say this, I asked him, because I told him that, how did you do this? Because the knife edges are very sharp and very thin. So he's using grade 5 titanium, man. It's like, on the other brands, they're using like titanium 2 grade, you know, this is like 2 grade and this is the 5th grade, this is like a tank. So nothing happens to it. Well, there are three important things about the tremolo systems that we're using, and the first thing is about the knife edges. And we handled that very easily with the titanium material, because the titanium material is strong enough to hold on right after even this. I've been using this guitar after this tremolo was set up in about 1 year now, and it's still like the first day. The second thing is, it's about, the material is not titanium on the other ones. And for example, with the Goros systems or the Floyd Rose material, if your hands are sweating, because we're putting our hands right on the tremolo system easily, all the time, it's resting on there. So just because of that, even with that, my hands are not that sweaty all the time, even with me it was rusting all the time. So the first thing is, it looks very bad, And the second thing is not only the rust for the look, but at the same time it's for the sound, that it sounds dull after it starts rusting. So with the titanium material, it doesn't rust. It looks like the first day, and it's beautiful. And the third thing is about the tightness of the arm that we're using all the time. So even if you're, especially when you make little things like this, if there is any looseness here, you know, if it's loose, you're going to hear a lot of weird noises like clack, clock. You know, it is in the recording, and you would hate it. I'm a guitar player for a long time, and I should tell you this, that I really don't understand. There are some guitar brands that they're selling very expensive equipments, and all those equipments are, you know, that they say that it's the perfect wood, it's the perfect design and perfect pickups and everything. You know, they say that it's going to be in tune and blah blah. You know, the sound is that good, right? So the peg tuners are this quality. But I don't understand this, that they're selling a very shitty, I'm gonna tell shitty here because it's shitty, sorry. So they're selling this shitty thing very easily, and it makes a lot of noise in there. And that's unusable in a recording. You can't do anything with a tremolo like that. I really want to ask this question to those big brands. Why? Why are you putting this, man? You're selling a guitar for $5,000. $6,000 and with this unusable shitty tremolo on it. Man, this is the best. You know, if you want to pimp your guitar up, you know, like you know, modify it, this is the best part I added to this guitar. It just made this guitar sounds louder, plus it stays in tune. It looks like the first day. It doesn't make any sound, and even I touch it very gently, I can get whatever effect I want from the tremolo systems. And I'm talking about a tremolo system, people mostly think that it's a dive bomb thing, like, or like this stupid motorcycle thing, like, no man, it's not about that, it's an instrument. You can do a lot of things with this thing, and it's an insult, you know, to sell a guitar with a shitty tremolo system. So I'm in love with this company about that. They're so friendly, and they call, you know, if you call them, they'll talk to you in a second like this, and you can get your answer very easily. And they're still evolving, you know, they're doing it much better every day. So I'm so lucky it came out from my country, not from the other countries this time. Sorry to everyone, but it's our time this time. So Hantug tremolo systems are the best.